Hello again. Okay, so this is day 4, and the plan for today is to get 4 more strips done, and we're going to do something called lifting, and I will have paper towels for you, and you can probably split this with someone. I always just use kind of a little piece, so like I'll just have a little corner, something big enough for me to use my hand with. So I'm just gonna, I'll just take a strip off of this. So paper towel cloud or lifting. Let's see, what else did I want to do? I forgot to get new water. I want a smaller brush. So notice, make it look like it's going up my nose. These were the fluffy brushes. So this is a smaller brush. And what's interesting is that this one is a 6, but this is a 6. We want the smaller brushes, and we're going to do some splatter, controlled splatter, ladies and gentlemen, or children of all ages. And let's see. There was one more I wanted to do. Oh, and stamping. Now with stamping, I've got some different things at school that you can try, but I just walked outside and I picked up a leaf that's still damp, right? Because they're falling from the trees. I'm going to see if I can get some leaf. I also picked a little bit off of a strawberry plant, and I'm not sure which side is going to give me the best effect. And then I have a totally dry leaf, like crunchy, like if I mess with it too much, it's going to fall apart. I have no idea what I'm going to get. At school, I have all different kinds of stuff that you can use for stamping, and you just have to play with it and see what you get. So let me share screen and get my sphere picture up here for you. Move myself over to the corner and let's get started. Again, I forgot to get new water, but that's okay. Okay, and I'm going to move the salt and alcohol. And again, you can always combine any of the techniques. Okay, so I've got 3 strips here. Not sure how this is going to turn out. It always is weird when I'm on camera. I'm going to do my best, and it's very bright. It's not as nice. Let's go. There, where you can see more. Always put your name on it. And I've seen this 3 videos worth and multiple times, but guess what? It's super important that you put your name on everything. So have some pride in your work, and that way you won't be like searching for your work when some of these are going to look very similar to other people. And we don't want you guys taking someone else's, because I don't want any broken hearts, and I don't want any fighting. That's mine. No, that's mine. I did that. Yes, just put your name on it. That way that solves that problem. Okay, here we go. So first I'm going to just show you about paper towel cloud lifting, and I'm going to use the fluffier brush for that. I'm going to make sure it's cleaned off in this gross gooey black water. And that's why you always have your clean water. I'm going to revitalize my blue because it starts to dry, and that's okay. You just add some water to it. Okay, I'm going to get my brush in the blue, and let's get the blue going again. Okay, because I like blue clouds. And I'm just going to get some blue on this strip, and it's meant to be wet. You're not going to have any effect with the lifting with a paper towel if it's dry. If your paint's dry, then of course it's already dry, too late. Okay, now a couple different ways to lift. You could lift with your brush. So if I have kind of a dried out brush, that's what this newspaper's for as well. Notice I can lift paint. Maybe I got too much right there and I want to lift some paint. Can you guys see I'm lifting the paint? My brush is still kind of wet, but I can lift with the brush as well. Get that totally cleaned off, lay it down. But I like to use my paper towel. Now, you can see there's embossing. That's the design work that's on a lot of these. It reminds me of Zentangle. Now this side is really embossed. So I want the side that it's smoother. It tends to work better for me. And I just kind of wrap it around my finger so I have something to blot with. And I like to do what I call paper towel clouds, but I don't have a set rhyme or reason how I do my clouds. Sometimes I just think they're kind of a little flatter on the bottom. but you get to decide how your paper towel clouds look. And then once it starts soaking up paint, it stops, or it gets full, and you have to kind of move your finger. Now, they won't look like much until they get dry, and then you're going to be so happy. And I will show examples of what I do with the paper towel cloud at school. Let me see if I have, I'll show you some paper towel cloud here real quick. Here's an example of paper towel clouds you can see in the background. Okay. There are other ways to make clouds, but I like that lifting technique. Here's some paper towel clouds. This one I did clouds over the whole entire piece, and then I made the castle. So when they dry is when you really get the effect, the highs and lows of the paint. Notice it's not doing anything down here. Yep, it's already wet. So paper towel clouds need to be done, or lifting, when it's still dry. Now, this dries quickly. Once it's dry, you could do the stamping on top of it. So I tend to like to make several strips with background. And as I get done with my third one, or you're doing 4, then you can go back and do some stamping. Let's see, and some splatter. Stamping and splatter need to be done on dry. So you could do them right on a dry piece, or you could do like I did, get this one going. By the time you get 4 bases set, I call that a base, then you can go back and you can do your splatter, and you can do your stamping. So because I don't know how the leaves are going to turn out, I'm going to go ahead and do another background. And let's see, what do I want to do for the background? Well, I don't know what color. I just love blue. I'm just stuck with the blue, you guys. I'm going to do some more blue. I'm doing more blue because I just like the blue. I just love the blue. I can't help it. Okay, I'm going to do another blue. Do, 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 do. Make sure it's nice and wet, because if you're going to do lifting, you're going to want to make sure that it's nice and wet. Otherwise, it doesn't really show up. Do, 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 do. I'm just getting it all over there, rinsing my brush. Again, I'm going to play with the lifting. Maybe if I just fold it so that I can get more of a straight line. Remember, you can play with this and make designs, decide. I tend to like to do it like this. Yep, sound effects work for me, you guys. Get it, move your finger, get a new part, because once it gets, the paper gets full of paint, it stops sucking up or stops lifting. Cloud off to the top. It's just a strip of cloud. It's a strip of cloud. And I wish you could see how nice it looks in person. It's so bright. I tried closing my curtain. It didn't make a difference. I apologize, you guys. That's what we get when we are making tutorials at school. It wouldn't be any better. Okay. I'm going to set this one aside so it can dry. It's another base ready to go. Okay, let's play around with this stamping just on here, because I have no idea what these leaves are going to do. And I am curious if it's the damp leaf that's still, you know, very flimsy and good, if it's the dry leaf, or, and which side? Which side? Because can you see, it's got a lot of texture on the back side, more than the front side. So maybe I just want to do one leaf. Let me take one leaf off of there. And I'm going to put paint on it. I want it very pigmented. Okay, so let's see, what do I got in here? I want it very pigmented, not much water, more paint than water, right? Very pigmented. Okay, and I'm just gonna paint this on. Now, I've seen this done with flower petals, that it was super cool. So if on your way to school, if you wanna pick some leaves or even out of your backyard and throw them in a baggie and bring them to class, you're welcome to do that. I will remind kids at school that that's happening. Okay, I'm just gonna lay my finger over it and lift it, see what happens. Well, we can definitely tell it's a leaf. Ooh, and the drier it gets, the better it gets. Let's see, let's go in so you guys can see better. So that was the back side of a strawberry leaf. And I tend to get way more design as it's drier, like it was too wet. Oh, look, ooh, this one's got lots. I wish you guys could see more. Can you? I really like that. Then it makes me want to do purple leaves or purple patterns. But look, let's do this. Let's clean this. And I want to get some purple going. This one's purple. Purple and black are both so dark that I spaced and earlier put black in here on top of my purple. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do the back side of the leaf again because it seems to have more texture. Let's see what happens. And if you forget, guess what? Our courtyard is probably full of leaves to go and try out. I wouldn't be plucking them off the tree, but I'm sure there's ones definitely on the ground. Let's see how this one turns out. Go this way. Lay my finger down. Uh-oh. Now remember, I thought it turned out better. Whoops, you can't really see. I thought it turned out better the drier the leaf was. So let's see. Let's go to the top of this. Well, I don't know. I like the first one for this one. Yep, I like this first one best. Use the last of the paint on there. Okay, what about this dry leaf? Let's see what happens with it. Let's use a totally different color so we know what color we were using. Let's go. Let's get this green. Well, we already did green. Let's get some orange. Orange is so light though. Let's add the red. Some more red to this orange. Some more orange. Then you may be saying, Miss Leslie, your brush was just in red and then you put it in orange. Well, if my paint pots are very dry, I'm lifting that top layer anyway. If you get some paint that somebody's really mixed it, like the green in top of the yellow, just go ahead and clean it out with a damp brush and start over. Okay, I'm gonna use the back side of the leaf again, and I will tell the truth, I don't know which is the back side on this one. I'm gonna guess that it's this side. And again, this is a dry leaf. You can hear its crunchiness. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. This is called experimentation. Normally I use little cookie cutters and different things, shells and things like that at work that I have for you. Oh, I don't know. Nope, I don't care for the dry one. I think the damp leaves or the flimsy, the still very malleable or movable leaves work the best. I really liked this one and I liked this one. Okay, so these two I really liked. Now, let's go back to this first one. It's totally dry. Okay, and let's talk about some splatter. Now, I like the little brush because we do what's called controlled splatter. I don't want you splattering the neighbors. I don't want splatter all over the floors and the chairs. Remember, you've always got newspaper down, so you're not splattering all over the desks. I don't want it on people's clothes. This is called controlled splatter. Okay, I already have some purple going on here, so I'm going to soak it up with this little brush. And again, it hasn't been used, so it's very dry. And then I tap it here like this. And it gives a really cool effect to your work. If you want a bigger splatter, I'm going to rinse this out. And let's try with this brush, get a little wet. Let's see, we'll use this orange, get it nice and orangey. Now, if you use a bigger brush, you get a bigger splatter. Remember, this is a controlled splatter. I'm just tapping it against my hand. It's not going all over the place. It's not going all over my clothes. Notice it went out to here on the newspaper, not even over on that side. Yeah, maybe on that side a little bit. So this is called controlled splatter. I don't want to be hearing kids crying in class because somebody got their clothes all messy. So controlled splatter. Okay. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go back on this. I want to play with this again, just real quick. I want to do this purple. I'm going to paint the inside or the underside of this strawberry leaf. Lay it down over the top, lift, and do it again. I found that with the strawberry leaf, less paint was more. Like I love these effects. Can you see? I love the leaves. I love the leaves. I love them. They make me happy. What happens if I just dip it in there? That might be cool too. Let's try it. Let's do it. There's no rhyme or reason. You know, there's no rules in art. Ooh, that worked. It worked, you guys. Easier than painting. It worked. I really like this. I really like that. Strawberry leaf was a good one. Dip it and print it. We're ink stamping, paint stamping. We're printing. So it's almost like purple leaves floating in the sky with the clouds. And again, the colors are really bright at home. I'm sorry they're not as bright for you guys on the video, but you'll be watching these in class while we do it. And I'm going to bring some of those strawberry leaves to school. Okay, you guys, don't forget, wash out your brushes, splatter with control, and you're going to make your bases if you want color behind, so they have time to dry. Okay, printing must be on dry. And also the splatter needs to be on dry. If you splatter on wet and it'll just go, you know, it'll just go in your watery paint. So it has to be a dry background. So I set up bases with these two and then came back to them and did my printing, and your paper will dry quickly. You'll be able to do these during class for sure. Okay, be kind to yourself. Bye. We want a total of 16 strips by the end of Thursday. So Friday, when you come to class, you'll have all those strips and you can start weaving. And we'll finish up with weaving next week on Monday and Tuesday. I believe you have Monday and Tuesday. Do you have Thursday and Friday off? Okay, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we might be able to do a little more painting. Anyway, love you. Bye.